while we're getting the slides up there, I am the CEO and co-founder of Mobile Roadie. And Mobile Roadie lets anyone in this room create their own iPhone application or Android application yourself in about 20, 30 minutes. And it starts at only 500 euros. So it's very cost affordable, very cost effective, and easy to use. So before I talk about apps and mobile, I'm going to talk about Lady Gaga. I was fortunate enough to be invited to the Lady Gaga concert in Berlin last night, and there were two things that amazed me. One is how calm Germans are when they're watching a concert. Everyone was sitting there in their seat, so polite, and Lady Gaga's on stage kind of doing her stuff. But the other, and more interestingly for this topic, is this. It's the number of glows from cell phones and cameras in the audience. I would say anywhere from a third to 50% of the audience, the entire concert, had either a camera or a phone, and they were tweeting, taking pictures, sharing. That's phenomenal. We're no longer doing just one thing at a time. We always have our mobile device. We're always kind of half distracted in a way, and it has implications for everyone. So, mobile it's inexpensive compared to desktop and laptop computers. It's always on. It's always with you. It knows where you are. And it's kind of your constant companion. Anytime you have a second, you're probably using your mobile device. This is a list of things I thought that I do while I'm using a mobile device. Driving's on there. That's not a good thing. But the point is, we're constantly attached to a mobile device in one way or another. Regardless of whatever business you're in, this has implications for you. So, mobile is absolutely, I think, the fastest growing industry any of us have ever seen, and it's the most important for future consumer engagement. You can make a decision to jump on board and figure it out, or kind of wait and see. I think it's equivalent to where websites were in 94, 95. Here's an overcap of mobile today. About 5 billion mobile phone users. These are not all smartphones. 85 million iPhone and iPod Touch users. The iPad in the US in its first week sold over 500,000 devices. It's now over 1 million with the 3G, and 1 million apps were downloaded in the first week. This is an incredible statistic. iPhone users, on average, spend over 30 minutes per day in apps. It's a lot of your time per day. And by 2013, and maybe even sooner, more people will be accessing the internet from mobile devices than from desktop and laptop computers. Here's everything I just said, a little more visual. The different colors represent different regions of the world. I think the trend is very clear. This graph is as of the end of last year. It's changed a little bit. Android has gotten a little stronger, but you can see the strength of the iPhone as a percentage of mobile web browsing compared to everything else. When you have the iPhone, BlackBerry, and Android, it's over 80% of the people browsing the mobile web. So let's talk about this thing called apps. And why do apps exist? Well, apps exist because they are the best way to engage with your audience most of the time. Apps are a focus. The web is very distracting. You can click on a link, go somewhere, you'll never get back to where you started. Apps are contained. User experience, users respond to things like sliding and scaling and kind of cool, gimmicky features, but they're important. And users want a better experience. Apps provide the best user experience today. And Steve Jobs said this a few weeks ago at Apple. He said people are searching now in apps. So for example, if you were in New York City and you wanted to go out to dinner, instead of going to Google and trying to find the best restaurant in New York, if you had an iPhone, you might go to the App Store. And you might search for an app about New York or about restaurants in New York, and then find where you want to go eat inside the app. It's an interesting trend. So here are a few things I think make a great app. This is one of ours. I'm sorry that it's a little dark up there. It's Madonna's app. And a combination of good user experience, clean design, and interactivity. You can't just talk at people anymore. That's obvious. You have to give them a way to talk to each other. So this is from Madonna's blog, and the little flags that you see, 50, 63, these are all comments about her blog posts from within her app. So it's a two-way street with her community. Here's Urban Spoon. I'm not sure if this is popular in Europe, but in the US, if I want to go find a restaurant, I can shake my phone. It spins around like a slot machine, and it can tell me where, what I want to eat, how much I want to spend. If I don't like it, I can shake it again. So good apps take advantage of the native features of the device, like the accelerometer. Great content. Yelp just launched in France. I'm not sure if they're in Germany yet, but I can point my phone in that direction and see all the restaurants that are over there kind of magically floating over where the restaurant is. It's called augmented reality. It's becoming very popular. This uses the camera, the compass, the data from Yelp, and the accelerometer to deliver this experience. Utility. We did this app for Levi's at South by Southwest, large conference in Texas every year, about 30,000 people. Levi's wanted a way to engage with people but not have their brand right in front of your face, like buy a pair of jeans right now. So they created this app as a service for people at the conference to find out what's going on, breaking news, this band is playing here, and it's a great subtle way to get the band in front of people. And finally, bump. So if I meet you and I want to exchange contact information, I can bump my phone with yours, and our phones sort of magically exchange contact information. It also works on Android. Here are a few examples from our arsenal of clients and great ways they're using their apps. Ashton Kutcher has his A+ list. He takes top 10 videos that he thinks are cool on YouTube every week, puts them exclusively in his app, and then tweets it out to his 5 million followers. He's the #1 followed person on Twitter, so exclusive content is a great idea. This is Taryn Southern. She creates a TV show, but it's not on TV, it's on the web every week, and you can watch it inside her app. Taylor Swift, one of the biggest artists in America currently, she sends push notifications and encourages her community to vote for her via that. That's a push notification on the left. And finally, Madonna. She uses her app to ask her community what she wants and helps curate the content. Can I get 30 more seconds? Okay, cool. So I'm going to end with the iPad. I think the iPad is clearly a mobile device. It's going to change everything, and specifically the iAd. This is going to do two things. Ad engagement's going to skyrocket, because this is an actual ad for Toy Story. It's unbelievable. You can play a game, you can watch clips, and CPMs, cost per 1,000, are going to go way up. These ads are more expensive to create, but they're a much more engaging experience. If you have any questions, this is my contact information, and everything I just showed you is that link right there. Thank you.